Like New York is up right now, and I think it's because I moved back. Like it is what it is. Hey everybody, it's your girl TraciAmina and welcome back to my vlog. This is take two, okay? I just finished my hot girl walk this morning and I did a chit chat with you guys in the bathroom while I was doing like my skincare and everything. I pressed play while I was trying to make breakfast and listened to it back. It was in slow motion. Y'all don't understand. I hate when that happens because it's not like you can set the video to play at normal speed. Everything is like it's like that. I was so mad and I was like, what is going on? So I had to calm myself down. We had to bring it on down. And I was like, you know what? Before I sit down and start working, let me just go ahead and redo this chit chat, okay? So let's just jump into it. I wanted to take a quick break in the middle of the weekly vlogs and just chit chat for a little bit because sometimes I'm very unaware of my supporters, right? In my mind, I do this because it's a hobby for me. It's another form of self-expression that I have to not either do my 9 to 5 or, you know, sometimes when I get tired of journaling for like hours or days, I'll like to vlog and, you know, just release it. And it's just an outlet for me. So I'm very unaware that there are people that are truly following my journey here on YouTube. And while I was not dropping my weekly vlogs over the course of the last 6 months, a lot of people that have been following me started messaging me on TikTok and Instagram and sharing like really beautiful messages saying like, hey girl, just checking in, hoping everything's okay. Like, you know, you haven't posted in a while, and it really means a lot to me. And that's really what made me pick up the camera again and just start vlogging my moving process, because sometimes I get so lost in like my own world or things that I have going on that I'm like, you know, I started a journey here on YouTube, so I owe it to supporters, I owe it to myself to see it through. I've been vlogging on YouTube now 3 years, but I have not been consistent on YouTube for 3 years. It's like I'll drop off a vlog, I'll just disappear for a few weeks, and then I'll come right back. But at the end of 2023, I decided to move back to Houston, Texas, leaving New York. And it's a decision that while I was in Houston, I very much regretted it. I was very mad at myself and disappointed that I uprooted my life and moved back. But while I was there and dealing with depression and all that stuff, leaving Texas has truly made me realize what that season was for, essentially, you know, because I did a lot of self-discovery while I was there. I really believe that I was in my pruning season with God. It's a season of isolation where it's just you and God, and there's just constant revelations of either patterns in your life, decision makings, and I just felt like everything that I kept trying to hold on to kept slipping away. I feel like I've lost a lot of friendships along the way, and not because of anything like traumatic. I just think that in my season of evolution and isolation that I just really had to accept that I changed in a lot of ways, and I kept wanting to remain the same in other areas of my life, and it was like, nope, like let it go, like this is a new season. And I really dealt with depression when I was in Houston because I said in another vlog, when I made the decision to move to Houston and it was towards the end and I was really like telling myself like, girl, like just stay in New York, go out, get you another apartment real quick, and let's like reconfigure. I felt like I had already had things in motion for me to move back, and I felt like it was too late. And in reality, it wasn't too late. You can always stop it, right? I could have always not picked up the rental truck to drive to Houston and move my belongings. I just feel like because I shared it with people, I felt like, okay, I had to see it through, and I was very, 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 very upset. And there was a lot of things that was going on within my immediate family that I won't share, just because it doesn't necessarily just affect me, but there was things happening within my family. I was going through things in my relationships with friends, and on top of that, dealing with a new job, because at the time I had just left the company I was with for almost 6 years, and I started doing accounting in a completely different industry. I was trying to learn how to apply, the way I'm used to doing accounting to this industry and how it works for this organization. So it was just a lot of change at one time, and I just really fell into depression, guys. I spent a lot of time where I couldn't get out the bed a lot of days. It was like just really hard. Like the only reason why I would get up is because I didn't want Duke to pee in the house. Missing days of work, not really doing anything, like just always beating myself up about the decision that I made. And it really took for me to go to the doctor. I was going to my annual pap smear appointment, and my OBGYN walked in, and her aura is just so like inviting. She's such a short, petite little thing. She walked in, she was like, hey. And I don't know, something about the way she walked in and her aura, I just started crying. And she was just like rubbing my thighs. She was like, what's wrong? I'm like, girl, I'm just so unhappy here. And she let me cry for like 20 minutes. And I cried and I cried and I cried. And she was like, why don't you just move back? You can always move back. And it never dawned on me that I can move back. And when I got in the car and left that doctor's appointment, I was like, you know what? Why am I forcing this environment to work for me? I don't have to be here, And I think that I wanted it to work because I finally had like my dream apartment. I work from home. I've been working from home for almost 7 years now. I loved having like my home office where I can close the door and that's just work. Like I didn't have to see my desk in my living room or in my bedroom or anything. I love that. So I started putting things in place. My best friend let me come up to Brooklyn that summer, and I was able to like mentally reset. And when I came back from New York, what was that? At the end of summer 2024, I really had like a game plan. And I know like a few of you have been in my DMs. I've been chatting with you about what I did and what cuts I made to move back and be able to afford to move back to New York. So I'm not entry level in my career. I only work one job. I do get paid a decent salary amount, so that contribute to it a lot. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, yeah girl, I was working 2 and 3 jobs and I hustled. I didn't do all that. I just simply made a lot of cuts in many areas of my life and saved up and, came back to New York. So what I did was at the end of 2024, the fall of 2024, when it was time to renew my lease, I was in a 2-bedroom. I stayed in my apartment building, but I downsized into a 1-bedroom. So I didn't have my home office anymore. I was so sad. So I put the desk in the bedroom where the desk is now. Okay? Because we back in a 1-bedroom in NYC, okay? I downsized from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom. And I put the difference of rent that I was paying in my bank account. Like I put it in a bank account and I was saving it. I was making sure that I kept either a low balance on my credit cards or didn't have a balance at all. A lot of miscellaneous bills that I had, I just paid and got rid of it. That way I can free up a lot of my money. And because I felt like I was in isolation, I didn't have a lot of money that I had to cut back as far as like hanging out. If it wasn't me and my mom going to the movies on Friday, I typically was at the coffee shop. Like when I say I can take my journal and go to the coffee shop and sit there for hours, that was my thing. Or if the weather wasn't too hot, Duke and I would be, walking miles and just doing stuff outside. So I didn't have to cut back in spending as far as like, okay, don't go out to eat, or don't, cut this back from friends. I was able to see a lot of my money being saved when I downsized into the 1-bedroom. One thing I did do was I sold my Peloton, because at the time when I left New York to go back to Texas, I wasn't using my Peloton. So I had paused my monthly membership because Peloton is a subscription. So I had the bike, and it was cute. It looked cute in the home office or whatever. It was a cute vibe, and everybody was like, "Oh, you got a Peloton?" I do, but I wasn't using it. So I sold my Peloton for $1,000, downsized into the 1-bedroom, and just started paying off miscellaneous stuff. I started making sure that I was taking care of my credit cards and all that good stuff. And then the opportunity to move back to New York occurred in 2025. In a perfect world, I was not planning to move back to New York until 2027. So when I came to New York the following summer of 2025. 2025. I came, and on that trip, I started looking at apartments just to get an idea in my top 3 neighborhoods how much the rents were going for. And also what I wanted to is, if I ever saw a good deal, I wanted to be able to be familiar with certain blocks in order to say like, oh, okay, like I've seen that building and all that stuff, because on Street Easy you get a lot of scam and all that stuff. So it was more so for me and my spreadsheets, like, okay, this neighborhood in a 1-bedroom, I can get X, Y, and Z. And I set up my Excel spreadsheet like that. Like, I'm an accountant, I do Excel spreadsheets, I have a spreadsheet on everything. I decided on my top 3 neighborhoods. I searched about what I could get in a 1-bedroom in those neighborhoods, or if I moved a little further out, can I do the 2 bedrooms and what I could get, or what I would be giving up. So all of that went into consideration. And what actually happened is it was time for my lease renewal. And when that happened, a friend of mine actually volunteered for me to live with them until I found a place. So in my mind, I was like, oh, well, shit, if I'm not paying rent completely, then I could definitely like speed this up. So that's what happened. Things worked out. I believe that God allowed things to be sped up suddenly, but it was already seeds planted that I had started working on prior to. So, I mean, that's it. There's no big reveal about how I was able to come back to New York. Don't count out what God can do and how he can move in your life. Okay. Other things that I noticed that I was dealing with is that I was very tired a lot. I felt like outside of walking Duke, let's say if I decided to wash the dishes, I needed a nap. Or if I did clean, I immediately felt like I had to lay down. And then sometimes if I got up too fast, I would feel a little dizzy. So that was concerning me a bit as well. And I went to my primary care physician. So I have doctors in New York and I still have doctors in Texas. Like my OB is in Texas, my PCP is here. I have a OB I can go back to here. Like, look, I go to the doctor. You ain't gonna catch me without some type of doctor that I can call, okay? So I went to my PCP and he's always very nervous about my anxiety and stress levels. When I'm stressed out, I get the shingles, which is not a pleasant experience, okay? So he's very conscious of like, okay, you can't be stressed out because we already know what can happen. This is the way that your body responds to stress. So when I went back to him, I was like, I don't have the shingles again. I was like, but I'm very tired. I'm noticing that I'm feeling dizzy, you know, if I stand up suddenly and stuff. And I noticed that my hair was falling out. And that was in my mind, I thought that my hair was just broken off so bad. But one time I had went and got my hair done from my new hairstylist, and she was like, you know, maybe you should go to the doctor. She was like, because your hair is shedding, and it's shedding more than its normal amount. I went to the doctor. I was like, look, my hair is clumping out. I'm tired all the time. If I do one thing, I need a nap. Like, what's going on? Because originally I was feeling like maybe it was the transition, me having to get back used to being in New York and all that stuff. Child, come to find out, I have low iron. My ferritin levels were extremely low. I have a vitamin D deficiency. Like, my ranges were so low that my PCP had to refer me out to a hematologist, and the hematologist had to basically give me iron infusions. I had to have 5 of them. And that it wasn't scary, but it really taught me a valuable lesson that if I feel like something is wrong, to make the appointment a little bit more faster. I feel like I always try to ration out what could be causing me to feel a certain type of way, and I need to stop doing that, because they was like, you know, where your levels are, you're operating, this is the normal, and you're operating underneath the normal. So you're like this, like you have no energy, like you're like this. And a lot of women tend to operate beneath their baseline, thinking, oh, I'm just wearing so many hats. And it's like, no, you have low iron, and you don't have any vitamin D. So I did have to get some iron infusions. Like I said, I had to have 5 iron infusions, and I'm on a prescription currently for vitamin D, a high dose level of vitamin D that I have to take weekly for the next few months. They did say that my hair was going to stop shedding probably in the next few months, but at the same time, the hair that's currently on my head have to grow completely out and cut that hair off, and then the new hair would, I guess, be normal. So that kind of made me feel good, because I was like, dang, like, am I just bald headed? Like, what's going on, you know? So my new hairstylist, she's like, girl, okay, we can put a sew-in in. So the goal is to cut off a few more inches of the bob that I currently have when we put the sew-in in, okay? Y'all, I'm telling you, it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on, but at the same time of all of this chaos, is so much beauty, and it's such a beautiful, like, new chapter that's starting. And I just felt the need that I wanted to come here and chat with you guys, because the fact that you guys were still supporting me even when I wasn't posting, it really told me, like, girl, you was taking this platform for granted. And in my mind, because I didn't see that I had like thousands of, you know, supporters, aka subbies, like, didn't nobody care. But it's like, nah, like, my beginning, like little 100, like, y'all really messed with me. So I'm just so grateful for that. Right now, I do feel like I'm in a really good season in my life right now. And I think that a lot of energy that I use to give out freely to other people, I'm taking a step back, and I'm really using that energy for myself, because I can be someone, like, I'll call you every day and I'm a pour life into you, and I want to see you doing well. And I was just giving that up. And then when it was time for me to, like, pour into myself, I was giving myself, like, the leftovers or the crumbs. So I'm really in this season of my life where I'm taking a step back, and I'm pushing myself to places where I know I can go. I'm pushing myself to be in rooms that I know I deserve to be in, and I really just want to show up as the most authentic and confident person that I know I can be. We get our braces off in a few weeks, and right now I think I'm gonna take like the second half of this year to really just get my body back in shape. I kind of fell off. Like, not kinda, I fell off. Like, I fell off really bad in Houston. And when I started working with a trainer again, that's when I decided that I'm really about to move. So we gotta cut some stuff. And that was one of the things that I cut to prepare financially to move back. So I really want to take this second half of the year and just really show up at my best. I've been doing my hot girl walks, and where I live is really cool because I can either take the train and do stuff, or if I walk a few blocks, I can be at the water ferry. So I be playing in them people face almost every morning because everybody be lining up for the water ferries to go to work, and I'm over here like with my workout outfit and my weighted vest, and I'm just in their way. Like, people be trying to get to work, and I'll be hopping on that ferry, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up to do my hot girl walk. I just be like, okay, this is one of the stops, Dumbo, Greenpoint, Long Island City. Like, it be all these different spots along the East River, and I'll just hop off and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm gonna walk this morning. And I'll do my 3 miles, I'll walk around the neighborhood, and I catch the ferry to head back home just in time for me to like log online for work real quick, you know? So I am really enjoying like just the energy that I have that I'm using to support myself. And it's not like I'm a bad person. I'm not like, oh, I'm not gonna pour energy into you. Like, it's not like that. But I'm just saying, like, I think I realized in a lot of situations, I was so considerate. I'm very intentional now who I am really giving time to. I'm very intentional what I'm allowing people to take from me as far as energy, because I'm really using the energy that I so freely gave to really just make sure that my well-being is good. And that way, when I have the energy to motivate others and push them, I'm not taken away from myself. I think that sometimes I get lost as the friend who doesn't have kids or doesn't have a spouse, making the mistake of always being readily available, readily free. Like, oh, no, like, I don't have nothing going on. Like, I can drop it. I can do that because I know X, Y, and Z is going on with you. And I'm just in a place where it's like, no, things are going on. Like, that's why my iron levels were so low. You know, that's why I went through that pruning season in Houston. Like, there's things going on with me, and I would like consideration for life disruptions. Life been disrupting for the past couple of years, and now that it's slowly, like, ain't too much happening, it's not up and down, it's just slowly going. I would love the grace for me to get back in the swing of things and really find myself again, because I've changed a lot, and a lot of things that I used to do that I don't do anymore, or things that I never really was interested in, I'm now interested. So I'm really enjoying seeing like the evolution of me. It's so weird because I'm in this space where I see the growth and I see how I'm changing. And then on the other side of that, I'm seeing how people are responding to that. And it's like, it is what it is, you know? So I don't know, like, it's so crazy. Now we're in real time. Like, the last 2 vlogs were things that was going on over the past couple of months. New York is having a heat wave, baby. It's feeling like Texas in New York, okay? I really don't have a problem with it. It's more so an issue when I walk Duke, so I'm not tripping. It's a good summer. Like, the Knicks won the championships. We got a lot of concerts happening in New York. Like, New York is up right now. And I think it's because I moved back. Like, it is what it is. We're gonna work on this body. We're gonna get this body together. We're gonna be hanging out the rest of the summer. Like, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a little good kiki. So I just wanted to drop in. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your support. If you're new here, oh my gosh, like, go watch the old vlogs and come back. We have a good time here. Like, Right now, I feel like it's still intimate, so I don't mind sharing the stuff that I be sharing right now. Yeah, pull up. Tell a friend to subscribe.